Are you one of those people who want to trend? Most certainly, I think so. Because the concept of trending really is a concept that is spreading everywhere, and especially with the TikTok. And I have noticed that there are two camps. One, the camp of those who are afraid of trending, and those who are actually looking forward into trending. But you know, in real life, trending is different from what we see in TikTok and other platforms. Because in this case, in real life, what we call trending really is a process of an achievement. Like you've gotten to the end of something. You've been through a process, you've gotten to a place that you can say, I have made it, you know? And so trending really in real life requires effort and commitment. It's not just waking up, saying something, and then it goes viral. And no, really, it's a real life. It's a life that you've lived from morning until evening, from Monday to Sunday, from the first date of the month to the last date is from the beginning of the year, January to December. It's a process that really requires a lot of steady effort, you know, like towards personal goals, really navigating through challenges of life and getting to a place where you need to be resilient and disciplined and, you know, like having a long-term focus. It's not just something you wake up and then you create and then you find yourself trading. Real life requires a lot of effort, but also real life requires visibility, you know, like, you know, with that, for us to be able to trend in TikTok, you have to be seen, like people have to see you or people have to hear you. But in this case, in real life, a lot of things, a lot of work is done in private when you're by yourself. When you're waking up early in the morning, sometimes not even sleeping very well, those sacrifices that you make, you know, when you have challenges in your relationships, you have challenges in your children, maybe you have even children who are sick, and yet you have really to work hard, and maybe on that paper, you have to work hard probably on learning a certain language, you have to work hard maybe learning a few skills here and there. So it's not easy, it's not something that is lived in the public, it's something that we live actually privately. And so that's why trading in real life requires visibility. You know, it's like someone has been hiding themselves and then they appears. And when they appear, they are so refined and you start wondering, I mean, guy, where are you coming from? Like what happened to you? You know, did someone just pour some unique and heavenly knowledge, you know, to you? Or what is happening? But this person has been through vigorous process where they have really dug deep into their lives. They have learned the skills here and there. And so visibility is something else that happens in our lives as we are in the journey of trading. But also being in the journey of trading also touches there is a lot of complexity, meaning that we don't just appear on TikTok here, then we record something 2 minutes and then it's gone viral and we are trading everywhere. You know, like we have seen so many people trading recently, some for good reasons, others not for very good reasons. Yeah, but it requires a lot of complexity of life. Real life has challenges, you know, challenges that are multifaceted. It's not just one thing happening. There is the economy probably that is happening, but you're still fighting hard, you know, working hard. Maybe you have challenges in relationships, challenges with loss or death, you know, challenges with maybe substance, some form of addiction here and there, struggling maybe with atmosphere that you're living in, the environment that you're living in. There can be so many challenges, and therefore for us to be able to trend in real life, we require to have skills like you know, problem solving skills, because these challenges can be quite complex, and therefore we need to be able to resolve these challenges that we are facing in life. We need to grow in emotional intelligence as well. And I know when we talk of emotional intelligence, there are so many people who take it negatively. Honestly, when we talk of emotions, I think people start thinking of someone who is frown and is so angry and agitated and someone who is isolating themselves. Not really. When you talk of emotional intelligence, it's very simple. Being intelligent about your own emotions, you know, that's simple as that. Being aware of yourself, being aware of the other person, being aware of how you impact others and how other people impact you. That is what you're calling emotional intelligence. Being able to become aware of your identity, becoming aware of your strength, becoming aware of the areas that you need to improve in your life. Becoming aware of your strength is very essential, because you, even when you meet challenging situations, they don't define you. But when you do not know your strength, really, you can easily be defined by a situation, by a circumstance that you've been through. And therefore, emotional intelligence also helps you to really regulate yourself, regulate your emotions, regulate your choices. You don't just do everything because people are doing as well. It requires also adaptability, anyway, for us to deal with these complex situations. So for us to be able to trend in real life, we got to really know how to deal with the complexities of life. Because like in TikTok, there is no complexity. In TikTok, you just, go viral on whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you're cooking, maybe you're singing, maybe you're dancing, maybe you're acting, maybe you're doing all funny things that I don't want to get into, but you realize that people are trading simply because of that. And so you don't need to have any emotional intelligence in that. You can say anything you want, actually, even if it's going to hurt people, even if it's going to taint your character. You don't care. You don't need emotional intelligence to be able to trade on TikTok. But now you see people, the confusion is that people want to trade in real life. They want to try in real life, but using the same principles of the TikTok. I mean, it doesn't work that way, because the TikTok, what we see is the end product, basically the end product of a very short goal. Like you woke up with an idea, you shared it, or even sometimes there's no idea, you just begin something and then people follow you, and by the time you realize, you're trading everywhere. So they want to trade in real life, but you realize, like in this Kenya, for example, getting a job is not easy, honestly. We have people who have done a lot of studies, and they have studied like people are thought. They have all the degrees, they have all the PhDs and masters and everything else, but there's no job really. And that's a very difficult situation really to trade. I mean, you got first class, but you're still not trading. You went through a very vigorous process of a lot of effort and commitment, visibility, hiding yourself to study those books, and then dealing with all complexities of challenges of maybe of campus and everything else to get into a place, but yet you can trade even in that situation. Another thing that is essential is also sustainability. In TikTok, you don't have to really sustain your idea. You can come up with whatever it is and then it will go viral. But when it comes to real life, my friend, you need to trade in real life often, by involving those sustainable and continuous improvement. So rather than quick result, is a continuous process. Like you build up on something slowly by slowly, and then by the time you realize you're trading. Now, how do we trade? We trade actually by having a sense of wisdom, having a sense of favor in a way that we are favored by people and noticed by people. Not just favor alone, but people noticing us. And how do people notice us is when we bring something unique that they do not have, or something that they really need. So in that situation, then we find ourselves trading. Like a psychologist, for example, myself, I don't know whether I'm trading or whatever it is, but I know oftentimes people will reach out from every part of the world that they need my expertise. Even big organizations, international organizations, embassies and all that, they'll reach out and ask me, Silas, we have this critical incident at workplace, what can we do? And then we plan, and I go there and I'm able to help them and walk them through the challenges that they're going through. It's because people have found something valuable in your life. So with TikTok, you don't have to have anything valuable, but when it comes to a real life trading, you will need something that is sustainable, something that people can look at and they can rely on it. And finally, when it comes to trading in real life, we will need a sense of authenticity. Because when it comes to TikTok, you don't have to be authentic. You can say anything, honestly. You can create a story here, how you are heartbroken. You can create a story on anything and it will trade. But when it comes to real life, when you're dealing with people, maybe organizations, maybe individuals who want to trust you with their life, they need to see you being authentic. That what you actually say, you are a person of integrity. You honor your character. You honor your words. You honor your promises. And I think that's essential. So trading in real life often involves sustainable, really habits. And these habits, they must be grounded in our values, personal values, genuine efforts to really grow in values, in virtues, if you like. And just trying as much as you can to be authentic, so that what we say is actually what we mean. So if you want to trade in real life, I really encourage you, make sure you have effort and commitment. Be invisible, if I can put it so. Just hide yourself, work on yourself. Then complexity, deal with complexities of life. Be sustainable, and ultimately be authentic in the process. And you will trend, you'll be amazed. That's the beauty of life. Yeah, so probably if I get time again, I'll be sharing just a little bit on a few areas on trading and on real life as well. I mean, it's good to trade on TikTok, and I have no problem with that. Maybe my video will trade, but all the same, even if this trade, it will impact the lives of people, okay? So I look at where you sit down and prepare something. Of course, you can trade by any means, but be really vigilant in how you trade, and make sure that your trading is in line with your values. That way, you will live a beautiful life, fulfilled life, and impact people.